But we trudge on, and we head out to California, where the Tigers will take on the Angels. We've beaten the Angels. This was the series I told you, way back when, that the previous series with the Angels would be like one of the first ones that they could win on paper. Well, here's another opportunity for them to win a series. I was looking at strength of schedule and things like that, and the Tigers have like the hardest schedule for the remainder of the season in the Central, which is not great. Not great, but it is, what it is at this point. They could be playing, a college team, and it'd be a difficult game at this point. That's hyperbolic, right? These guys are major league players. They're not great major league players, but they're major league players. Don't take that, seriously. So let's break down this matchup. Let's look at what is going to happen over the next 3 games. Game 1, Monday night, just before 10 o'clock is going to be the first pitch. Tyler Alexander's taking on Jose Suarez. So let's look at Alexander. He's 3-8, 4.76 ERA with a 1.32 whip. And in his last 3 games, he's been awful. 13.2 innings pitched, 12 earned runs. Woof. Awful. He's got to right the ship or he's not going to be starting. He's going to be back in the bullpen where he was relatively effective in the bullpen. Jose Suarez is 5-6 on the season with a 4.10 ERA and a 1.32 whip. In his last 3 games, he's gone 16.2 innings pitched, giving up 8 runs. That's about a 4.50, just under a 4.50 ERA, with 16 Ks, so about a strikeout an inning. But he did pitch 6 innings and gave up 2 runs against the New York Yankees 3 starts ago. So, got to get to him. We're going to get to that in the keys here in a little bit. Game 2, Eduardo Rodriguez is going to be facing off against Mike Mayers. Now, Rodriguez, since he's been back, has gone 15 innings, given up 6 earned runs, but 5 of those runs were against Seattle in his last start. He has walked 8 people and only struck out 12 in those 15 innings. So it's very important that Rodriguez gets that zone control under control because you can't be walking as many people as he's been walking. Mayers in his last 3 starts gone 14 and a third innings, giving up 10 earned runs, 6 walks to 13 Ks. So definitely an opportunity for the offense to reverse the roles as to what they've done. Like they did Game 2 against Heasley. In Game 3, the Tigers are going to trot out Drew Hutchinson against Patrick Sandoval, who, if you remember, threw a complete game shutout against the Tigers. And since then, he's gone 13 innings with 3 earned runs and 12 Ks. So the offense has, an opportunity to make some noise if they will. But that's going to require getting good contact on the ball. Not all contact is good contact. But at the same time, striking out is worse. We got to get the ball in play. You got to get the ball in play. Since the Tigers, here's some keys to the series. Since the Tigers beat the Angels at Comerica Park, the Angels are 6-7 since that series. In that time, they have 5 players, though, that have a weighted runs created that's above league average. Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani, in that time, it's 12 games. They have 7 home runs and 158 weighted runs created between them. They are a bottom third team in fielding. They're top 12 in base running, but they're middle of the road, their roster is in walk rate, but they strike out more than anybody. So the Tigers can take advantage of these flaws in this series if they will. Their bullpen is middle of the road and about 15-16 according to Fangraphs. But that's worse than their starters who are at the top end. So the key is not letting them get into the game deep. You have to let these 3 guys that are starting against you go no more than 5-6 innings. You have to get into the bullpen, which is worse than their starting rotation. Proof of that being Game 2 on Saturday against the Royals. You let Heasley go 7 innings and didn't even have to really wake up the worst bullpen in Major League Baseball right now. The offense has to jump on opportunities. You have to make pitchers pay for mistakes. You have to make them work counts, work at bats, get the pitch count up, because pitch count is king at this point. We've seen it with our own problems. Matt Manning struggling, he's only getting 4 innings. He's only going to a certain pitch count. You have to get into this bullpen.